every step that Blessed Geza takes, or every words that are uttered by Blessed Geza, they influence the political direction of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. If you have been following since ever Blessed Geza came out, he has made a lot of people to be rich, and also he has actually in some way created fake reconciliations to be the order of the day between Mnangagwa as well as some former G40 members. For example, they managed to lure Walter Mzembe, but it ended in tears. That is typical of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. And on this live broadcast, I'll be demonstrating how Blessed Geza influenced the political direction of the Mnangagwa faction. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, we become the very first one to watch us. So on this live broadcast, I'll be taking you through how Blessed Geza influence the political direction that is taken by the Mnangagwa faction. Now, recently when Blessed Geza came out, one of the things he indicated was that Mnangagwa is not a forgiving person. He went a step further and ask individuals like Professor Jonathan Moyo what happened, especially with the Cholocho Declaration. Ask individuals like July Moyo on what transpired during the Cholocho Declaration, and actually raised a lot of examples that demonstrates that Mnangagwa is an unforgiving person, warning those who try to get back with legal information, hoping they can actually get a clear-cut reconciliation from Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, of which it has been backfiring, largely. I think a typical example, I'm not celebrating this, it's a shame to watch many individuals like Walter Mzembe languishing in prison, but he hoped he could strike a deal with Mnangagwa. He hoped that Mnangagwa was a normal political human being. He's not a normal political human being. Mnangagwa can be equated to an animal politician. Before we go further, we heard yesterday the news of Mnangagwa actually reconciling with Mnangagwa, and the message all Barakashis were trying to derive was that Mnangagwa was a forgiving person, and Mnangagwa was made through the propaganda machinery, that is ZFM, to pronounce such words. But does it mean that Mnangagwa is a forgiving person? No, he is trying to correct the message that was put out on the public domain by Blessed Geza. At the end of the day, mark my words, it will end in tears for Mnangagwa. Anyway, he has, constitutional right to affiliate with a political person of his choices. But when it's a bad choice, us, we can come through and tell you that as much as he thinks he is frustrating the retired General Chwenga faction, I think these people, Professor Jonathan Moyo, Mnangagwa, and others, former G40 members, they cannot be really trusted. Look at all how they are falling trap to Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa's tricks, because they are promised reconciliation and most probably to be restored back to ZANU-PF and be given ministerial positions. But is Mnangagwa a personality to forgive and actually really forget and bury the past? There is absolutely nothing like this. Let's hear and put on record what Mnangagwa said after Mnangagwa gave him a fake welcome back to ZANU-PF. Let's listen to this.
So much despised and said a lot of did I met the president this morning. I was not expecting that I would meet him. after everything that I said about him, the nasty things that I said about him, that I said about his family, that when I made a public request just yesterday, that I would want to meet him. Indeed, I was granted that opportunity this morning, and I went to see him. The reception was so amazing. Especially coming from someone you have so much despised and said a lot of things about him. He received me very well, and he forgave me for everything that I said and did against him, which was unwarranted. And I would want to say, indeed, I'm a witness that the president can forgive even the worst of things that anyone would have said about him. And I'm really, really happy that I've reconnected with the president after 6 years of a fallout. Obviously, not everyone is happy that I've been able to meet our president.
It's not about everyone.
Because some would have been banking on me to continue to demonize him, to continue to say a lot of nasty things about him. And they are really disappointed that I've gone back to reconnect with the president and to work again with him. So I'm not going to waste much of my time focusing on those people. All I'm doing is doing what is good for the party and doing what is good for the country by working with the president. If I have any suggestions to him, I'll go straight to him and say, this is what I think, these are the proposals that I have. So obviously, there are people who are not happy that I have found my way back to the president.
Okay, well, so that is Mnangagwa. And this actual audio is circulated all over by the Barakashi, as well as it was a product of one of the state propaganda machinery run by a state propaganda former journalist, now turned a failed politician. He was once a minister, but was also putted out. He still remains in Politburo and seemingly twerking to retain to the status quo of being a minister. And I'm talking about none other than Super Mandwanze. Anyway, the whole point, Mnangagwa did not allow Mnangagwa to come to him because he sincerely wants to forgive him. He wanted to send a different political message. To him, it's all about PR. Blessed Geza raised a lot of issues about the character of Emmerson Mnangagwa, especially on the area of forgiveness, and actually stripped him naked, warning a lot of people who are trying to get close to him that be careful. That is a highly deceptive man. Now, you think in individuals like Mnangagwa, after saying this, then he is involved, we are told he's involved in an accident and he lost his life. Do you think a lot of people will say, no, but he made reconciliation with Emmerson Mnangagwa? Even during the time of Robert Gabriel Mugabe, I understand that Mugabe would, there are many individuals who died very suspicious deaths. Especially like there was that guy who used to sing ZANU-PF songs, Manyika. The way he died, it was very, very suspicious. I hope one day we will be taken into confidence as to what transpired to that fellow. It is becoming clearer that he was also involved in what is popularly known as the Cholocho Declaration, whereby a group of politicians including Emmerson Mnangagwa, organized a meeting to rebel against Robert Gabriel Mugabe. And after that, that is why we saw Manyika dying in a controversial accident. And then there was no social media to actually be talking about these issues. And there are many people who died. I remember after that Cholocho Declaration, there were many military personalities from Matebeleland who died following each other within weeks. They had actually high ranks within the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and I think they were eliminated in my view. Definitely nothing. All of them, it was accidents following each other. All of them, they died. I remember there were 3. I've forgotten the years, but I'm very sure it should be after the Cholocho declaration. So Mnangagwa is a cunning leader. I don't know how I can put it in the people of someone who is cunning is not, you cannot say that is wisdom. Someone who is cunning, for example, he appeared smiling with Tsenengam, but there is actually a face behind that smile. And that smile may not be smiling because Tsenengam has reconciled with Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. It may be a smile that he has fallen trap of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Watch the space. Anyway, you will come to this video and say, but that guy said it. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us.